Welcome to Open History channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more video like this one.
In 1948, James Peterson was lobotomized for being gay, destroying his art and identity. Fact: declared a success because he was finally calm, the procedure left him a hollow shell for 46 years until his death. This ritual horse and rider figure from the early Iron Age shows how power and belief were linked. Found in Central or Eastern Europe, similar objects were often placed in graves, symbolizing protection, status, and safe passage into the afterlife. In 1940, 10-year-old Juanita Wagner received a letter and photo from her pen pal, Anne Frank. Fact: this brief exchange happened just before the Nazi invasion of the Netherlands, capturing a rare moment of childhood innocence before the war. In the late 1960s, the arrival of the miniskirt on city streets caused a visible stir. Fact: this fashion revolution challenged traditional dress codes and became a powerful symbol of women's liberation and the changing social norms of the decade. In the 18th century, Saint Theodosius was lavishly adorned with gold and jewels in Bavaria. Fact: this catacomb saint served as a powerful relic, providing tangible proof of the church's ancient origins through its ornate skeletal display. U.S. President Abraham Lincoln with his personal bodyguard and others at the Battle of Antietam, 1862. Sobtenodo. Grace Kelly at the peak of Hollywood elegance in 1955, 1 year before leaving cinema to become Princess of Monaco. She had already won an Academy Award for The Country Girl. In the Basilica of St. Anthony of Padua, the jawbone and incorrupt tongue of the saint are displayed. Fact: over 7 centuries later, his tongue remains miraculously preserved, symbolizing his legendary gift for preaching and teaching. Winston Churchill at the White House during World War II, meeting journalists in his wartime attire. In 1902, 2 Maori women in New Zealand were photographed in traditional attire. Fact: these women are seen wearing heitiki pendants and woven cloaks, reflecting the rich cultural heritage and enduring identity of the Maori people during the early 20th century. In the post-medieval period, these naturally mummified figures were preserved and arranged upright for display. Fact: dating between the 16th and 18th centuries, these silent witnesses remind us that history is made of real people, not abstractions. 7 young boys riding a donkey, 1870. In 1938, a technician maintained NYC's complex telephone switches. Fact: these mechanical systems at the 30th Street Exchange were the ancestors of today's digital networks. A massive elephant seal photographed in 1936, capturing the raw power and strange beauty of one of the ocean's most extraordinary mammals, known for its size and deep, echoing calls. A 1913 motor coach, United Kingdom. In 1893, Afridi officers and sepoys of the Khyber Pass posed before Jamrud Fort. Fact: As part of the frontier police, these Pathan men defended the border using specialized gear like sheepskin coats for winter and fixed bayonets for summer. Medieval ossuaries emerged when burial space ran short, turning death into a shared resting place. Carefully arranged bones reflected faith in resurrection and a powerful message. In death, status fades, but memory endures together. In the 7th century, Emperor Heraclius led the Byzantine Empire through its most desperate wars. Fact: he famously reclaimed the true cross, often carrying sacred icons as spiritual banners into battle to defend Eastern Christendom. Iranian students celebrating the victory of the Islamic Revolution, holding a portrait of Ayatollah Khomeini, Iran, February 1979. King Tiger at the Fisherman's Bastion Bud Castle, Budapest, 1944. A flock of sheep head down the Kingsway in London, 1926. A rare glimpse of Victorian intimacy women typically wore hair pinned up in public. Loose hair suggested privacy, youth, or rebellion against strict social norms of beauty and propriety in the late 19th century. Muhammad Ali Training, 1974, photograph by Ken Reagan. The antlerless water deer uses saber-like tusks to defend its territory, earning the nickname vampire deer. Fact: these unique creatures are only found in the wild in China, Korea, and parts of England. In 1863, Baker Street opened in England as the world's oldest underground station. Fact: more than 160 years later, its historic brick arches still serve commuters, blending Victorian engineering with the pace of modern London. In February 1962, John F. Kennedy secured 1,200 Cuban cigars hours before signing the trade embargo. Fact: this private act, noted in White House records, highlights the intersection of personal indulgence and the weight of executive decision-making. In the early 80s, the Red Hot Chili Peppers brought wild energy to the LA rock scene. Fact: their blend of funk and punk shown in this rare early lineup photo defined their path to global stardom. Turkey dinner served aboard a Pan Am Stratocruiser, 1949. In the 17th century, Jacob Jordaens painted Moses and his wife, inspired by biblical descriptions. Fact: this artwork highlights the diversity found in ancient texts depicting Moses' wife, Zipporah, with features reflecting her Midianite or Cushite origins. On July 3, 1916, British soldiers assisted 2 wounded German prisoners near La Boisselle. Fact: during the Battle of Albert, this act of humanity occurred amidst the devastating Somme offensive in France. Afridi Pashtuns of Tira capture a British military officer alive after a battle, 1898. Queen Elizabeth II fires from a standard SA-80 rifle during a visit to the Army Rifle Association centenary at the Bisley Ranges on 9th of July, 1993. In 1942, Wolfram von Richthofen, cousin to the Red Baron, commanded the destruction of Stalingrad. Fact: he ordered 70,000 sorties to level the city, reducing it to rubble as the leader of the 4th Air Fleet. In the late 18th century, Joseph Ducreux broke artistic norms with his unorthodox self-portraits. Fact: a French court painter, he famously used bold gestures and facial expressions to challenge the stiff, formal traditions of portraiture in his era. In 1906, Paul Sartori sat behind the wheel of Alfred Vanderbilt's massive racing machine. Fact: built for $18,000 with twin engines, this 250-horsepower beast drew massive crowds before breaking down in Florida. In 1964, exhausted commuters slept on an early morning train in Japan. Fact: this candid scene captures the intense work culture of the era, just as the nation was preparing to host its first Olympic Games. Two Maltese women wearing traditional gonella, Malta, 1950s. Around 3000 BCE, this prehistoric skull revealed the marks of trepanation, an ancient surgery. Fact: the smooth, healed edges prove the patient survived, showcasing remarkable medical resilience long before the dawn of modern science. John F. Kennedy and Jacqueline in the streets of New York, 1960, photographed by Robert Capa. Nicolas Cage and his father, August Coppola, brother of Francis Ford Coppola, 1988. A hand-colored portrait captures a young Jewish girl in Damascus, Syria, in 1865, reflecting the rich cultural tapestry of the city and the daily life of its diverse communities. In 1990, a multi-lane highway cut through Dusseldorf, Germany, separating the city from the Rhine. Fact: by 2019, the road was moved underground, transforming the riverfront into a lush park for pedestrians. A Sami family is pictured in Norway around 1900, showcasing the traditional life of the indigenous people of Northern Europe and their enduring cultural heritage. Princess Leonor, just 20 years old, is set to become Spain's first reigning queen in nearly 150 years. Fact: a trained soldier fluent in over 10 languages, she represents a modern-era blending tradition with global diplomatic readiness. New York, circa 1970, the first World Trade Center tower under construction. Inside R2-D2 and C-3PO, 1982, in 1941, the skyline of Signal Hill was a dense forest of oil derricks overlooking Los Angeles. Fact: known as Porcupine Hill, this site was one of the world's most productive oil fields, fueling the massive industrial demand of the World War II era. 1952, Dale Evans rushes into Hope Cottage, Texas, to adopt Choctaw baby Dodie, connecting her to family roots and opening a home filled with love for all her children. 1930s London. A baby cage hangs from a window, letting infants breathe fresh air and soak sunlight, a curious solution for urban families in cramped apartments. In the 90s, jets famously skimmed Hong Kong rooftops to land at Kai Tak Airport. Fact: pilots made a sharp checkerboard turn over dense housing to reach the sea-bound runway. Shanghai in 1990 and 2010. (1964). 18-year-old Dolly Parton shares a moment with her future husband Dean. Early days of a love story that would last decades. In 1956, fans braved the cold at 3 a.m. to secure spots for the Rose Bowl. Fact: this early morning vigil in Pasadena captures the enduring passion of college football's oldest tradition.
Thanks for watching. Got an idea for a forgotten era I should explore? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to make it.